Located about 20 miles south of San Francisco, it was the first real town in San Mateo County, beginning its development in the 1840s. Originally known as San Benito, the town was renamed Spanish Town. It became a fishing and agricultural area. Today, with a population of just 12,000, it remains a small, quaint town with lots of character. This is Gio Divulge. Welcome to Half Moon Bay, California. Top of the day to you. My name's Tom and I'm standing in beautiful downtown Half Moon Bay, California, about 20 miles south of San Francisco. Today we're going to take a little tour of this quaint little town, so stay tuned. Two of the landmark businesses on Main Street in Half Moon Bay are Cunha's Country Grocery and Emporium and the San Benito House. Cunha's is a family-owned business operating since 1924. It sells groceries, wine, clothing, and espresso coffee. San Benito House is a bed and breakfast. It also houses a local pub, restaurant, bar and grill, and deli, which is famous among the locals for its homemade bread. Half Moon Bay is famous for having the first concrete bridge built in San Mateo County. You might be thinking, what is so important about that? And you would be right. I don't get it either. However, in 2013, Caltrans, the California Highway Authority, decided the bridge was not structurally sound and needed to be replaced. This created an uproar among the community, leading to a voter initiative to stop the bridge's demolition. In 2015, a Colorado-based firm tested the bridge to see if it was structurally sound. Some repairs were made, but the long-term fate of the bridge is still yet to be determined. Here is a plaque on the bridge, badly worn and weathered to be almost unreadable, stating that this 120-year-old bridge was the first concrete bridge built in San Mateo County. One of the many historic buildings in town is the Half Moon Bay Jail, built in 1919. Today, it is a museum. Back to Main Street, Half Moon Bay, you will find a collection of the cutest shops found anywhere, from restaurants, art shops, jewelry stores, antique shops, a winery and tasting room, all giving the visitor that small town feeling. John Madden, famous in America for his career as head coach of the Oakland Raiders and later as a sports broadcaster for the National Football League, once said, whenever he comes to San Francisco or Oakland on business, he always tries to find time to go to Half Moon Bay. He loves it. Many people from Silicon Valley use Half Moon Bay and the surrounding area as a getaway, only about 40-minute drive from Palo Alto. Half Moon Bay Coffee Company is the mainstay business at the strip mall as you enter town. Other businesses offer locals and visitors alike a variety of product and services. Also in Half Moon Bay, you will find different cultures from the past. You might see this mint-condition DeLorean, or might spot this love bug that seems to be a leftover from the 60s. Street signs are intended to inform drivers of what's ahead. However, in Half Moon Bay, the local slang may make what's approaching confusing. At the edge of town is the Pacific Ocean. The ocean is an easy walk from downtown. The weather along the coast here is pleasant most of the year. The surf here, however, can sometimes be treacherous. There are numerous warnings of the riptides found along the coast. Also, when a storm occurs in the Pacific, sleeper waves can sometimes catch beachgoers by surprise. The bay at this part of the coast is shaped like a half circle, thus the name Half Moon Bay. Some of the you may be more familiar with this part of the Pacific Ocean because of the Mavericks surf contest. The Mavericks is held right here off of Half Moon Bay. In 1975, Jeff Clark, a local who grew up in Half Moon Bay, paddled out to the Mavericks to tackle the 20 to 24-foot waves head-on. The first surfing contest at the Mavericks occurred in 1999. Since then, the contest known as the Mavericks International has been held 9 times. What many people from outside the area familiar with this surf contest don't know is that these waves are not off the beach, as is the case in most of the big waves found around the world. In fact, the Mavericks are more than a mile offshore. They can be seen here just at the horizon. They are the small white strip of water that can barely be seen. A pedestrian and bicycle path runs more than 5 miles from Half Moon Bay north along the coast. To the north of Half Moon Bay is the Princeton by the Sea Harbor. The harbor houses over 100 active fishing boats. It is the major fishing location between San Francisco and Santa Cruz, some 40 miles to the south. The harbor has been a tourist stop for more than 100 years. Locals use the surrounding hiking trails as well as the pier itself to take morning and evening walks. An extensive water break system keeps ocean waves out of the harbor. The picturesque nature of this area is a main draw which keeps locals and travelers alike coming back. The Princeton by the Sea Harbor also is home to several service-style businesses, including the Mavericks Surf Shop. Here, Mavericks souvenirs can be purchased. Between Princeton by the Sea and downtown Half Moon Bay lies Miramar Beach and Miramar Road. The neighborhood is less than 1 mile to the west of Highway 1. It is surrounded by the ocean and therefore is somewhat secluded from drive-through traffic. With parking along several side streets, it is a relaxing destination, usually without crowds. So I hope you enjoyed this little visit to Half Moon Bay, California, another jewel of the San Francisco Bay Area, Silicon Valley and the San Francisco Bay Area, right on the coast. So please comment and subscribe, and until next time, be in the now and keep living the dream.